What's up, everybody? May 23rd officially is a Tuesday. It's still May 22nd in Los Angeles after a fascinating, impressive, dominant execution performance by the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic. The NBA conference finals. It started what? A week ago? A week ago it was game 1 when Jokic had an absolute masterclass, but the Lakers somehow figured him out because Rui Hachimura was able to guard him and AD was able to roam. And even though the Nuggets won game 1, everyone's like, oh, the Lakers got them. The Lakers got them. Well, guess what? The Lakers got swept, destroyed, abused, annihilated with Anthony Davis. Where the hell was Anthony Davis today? He was a big absolute travesty. Jokic locked him up, ate him for lunch. The reason why AD had 18 points in the game because LeBron was feeding him easy baskets down low. Credit to LeBron James for playing, being somewhat injured, bad ankles. He balled out today, did everything he could in the first quarter, had a game high 40, 21 in the first. But what happened in the fourth quarter? Simply ran out of gas. He played good defense on Murray and Jokic, especially falling to the floor. And the refs tried to give the Denver Nuggets this. Jokic kept fouling out. They tried to hand this game to the Lakers. You see it in the late in the first half when all the calls were against the Nuggets. The Lakers was fouling too, but there was no foul call on Rui Hachimura against Jokic. And there was those ticky-tack fouls that they tried to get the Nuggets in foul trouble. But guess what? The Denver Nuggets are championship material. They persevered. They prevailed. They silenced all the haters. Nick right, Nick wrong. All these haters, they can go suck it. Nikola Jokic, best player in the NBA, hate it or not, that's too bad. The Denver Nuggets, absolutely sensational. Michael Porter stepped up big, had 10 big rebounds, crashed the glass, didn't have a shot on today, went 5 of 16 from the field, but being able to grab those rebounds and use his size to his advantage, a plus for the Denver Nuggets. How about that? And how about Aaron Gordon outplaying Anthony Davis today? Aaron Gordon outplaying the number 1 pick in AD, who many say is a top 5 player in the game. But guess what happened? Anthony Davis shrank this game. He absolutely shrank. Got outplayed by Gordon. Gordon had 22 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocked. AD 21 and 14, 6 of 15. Not looking so clean. Go eat some beans, Mr. Softy Davis. He was soft today. Nikola Jokic proved to the world that Anthony Davis is not on his level. Even though AD had a 40-point game 1, he had the quietest 40 points. Anthony Davis, not in Nikola Jokic's class. This is why Jokic is a 2-time MVP. He probably should have been a 3-time MVP, but Jokic proved to the world that he's way better than Anthony Davis. End of debate, no question. He's also better than Embiid, without question. And Giannis lost in the first round, so it's going to be Jokic against Jimmy Butler, as I'll get to the Miami Heat in a little bit. But this game was absolutely sensational from the start. It is one of the cleanest sweeps, but a sweep is a sweep. The Lakers, yes, they were close, they were competitive, but in the fourth quarter, they just lacked execution. Jokic was able to make all the right plays. His pick and roll with Murray. Jokic always gonna find the cutting man, whether it is Aaron Gordon, whether he lets Murray do his thing. Like Jamal Murray didn't have it too much in the fourth quarter. LeBron played great defense on him, but it's Jokic's IQ and his patience and incredible Dirk Nowitzki-esque shot making. He looked like a little bit of Dirk Nowitzki plus Magic Johnson tonight. That is how good Nikola Jokic is. We have never seen a player like him. And yes, Nikola Jokic can very well be the GOAT of this decade. He really well can. You can argue he's been the best player for 3 years, but a lot of people didn't want to put him in that conversation because his team got injured. But Jokic is absolutely right there. Mike Malone out coaching Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham, he finally benched D'Angelo Russell. No-show Russell. And what happened? Started Rui Hachimura. Russell was an absolute travesty this series. D'Angelo Russell. I don't expect him to get a good contract from the Lakers. They probably gonna try to have Kyrie. Oh, and first take tomorrow. undisputed. Kyrie to the Lakers? How do you get rid of D'Angelo Russell? They're not going to talk about the Denver Nuggets first and foremost. They're going to talk about what do the Lakers have to do next season. Oh, who's the perfect guy with LeBron? Oh, how about Damian Lillard? Do that, him. Oh, this and that. Like, get the fuck out of here and give some respect to the Denver Nuggets, man. Give some respect. Jokic, amazing. Guns blazing, Aaron Gordon at the right place, right time. LeBron James off to Cancun, drink his lemon lime. So Jokic and Murray, Jokic for the playoffs, 30, 13, and 10. He's averaging the first player to average a triple-double in 3 straight series. He just surpassed Wilt for having 8 triple-doubles in this postseason alone. And this is why he's the best player in the NBA. He's so composed. He's a combination of all these greats put together. He has Tim Duncan's touch around the rim. He has Magic Johnson-like vision. He has that Dirk Nowitzki one-legged turnaround fadeaway. This guy has it all. And he's slow as hell. He can't jump. And he has some Larry Bird shot when he shoots it really up top. Like the ball's literally like behind his head, and he hits that shot. Oh my God, from 3. We've seen him do this 4 or 5 times this series. Like, how many NBA centers can do that? Nikola Jokic might be the best offensive talent big man in the game skill-wise. Overall skill perspective, whether it's on the post, shooting the threes, he makes the right play every single time. The guy, like, offensively, he has absolutely no weaknesses. The only thing you could question Nikola Jokic, yes, he is slow and unathletic. He is pretty slow. He gets his shot blocked sometimes, but 99% of the time, he makes like the right play. Absolutely makes the right reads. Super high IQ. His basketball IQ is through the roof. My God, he's been absolutely a stunning player to watch. Like, how many of you guys back in 2018 did you think Nikola Jokic was going to be one of the best players and the best player in the league today? 2018, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, my fans, my audience, and everyone supporting me for this channel. Most of you would have picked Kristaps Porzingis in 2018 over Nikola Jokic. It was a debate before because KP was super athletic, 7'3". Like, he's kind of what like Victor Wembanyama is going to be probably. And KP was super quick and smooth. And Jokic was kind of slow, but a way more skilled player. But Nikola Jokic is on another level right now. Luka versus Jokic. Jokic is way better right now. There's no question about that. Luka's still way too ball dominant. He doesn't really make his teammates better. They stand still. Jokic makes his teammate cut. Every time Aaron Gordon rolls to the basket or he has a smaller guy like Austin Reeves on him, Jokic gets him the ball every single time. And every time Jokic, he's so good after a Laker missed shot. You know the Denver Nuggets are going to push the ball in transition after Jokic rebound. Jokic pushes up the court. Jokic eyes in the back of his head everywhere, scanning. He finds KCP from the left corner for 3. And just like that, the Lakers, after missing a shot that could have put them up 8, Jokic gets the rebound, and boom, Denver within 4. Just like that. That's the difference between Nikola Jokic and the Joel Embiid and every other player in the league. Jokic's offensive awareness, IQ off the charts. Like, it's kind of how Russell Westbrook's able to get rebounds and push it up the floor. But Nikola Jokic is a way better basketball player than Russ Westbrook. He's a way better decision maker and a better passer too. That's why every time he gets a triple-double, there's no surprise that his team wins. His record this season, getting a triple-double, I believe it was like 2 or 3 losses. It was something ridiculous. My God. It was absolutely insane. And you know what, NBA? If Nikola Jokic wins a championship, we're not going to have a top 100 player list probably until what, another 24 years. They announced the top 75 back last year in 2022, so we have to wait 25 years for that. So in 2047, there's going to be the next 25 players added to the list as the best 100 players. And Nikola Jokic, the NBA needs to announce that out of all the 75, he's going to be the next one up for the next 100, because Jokic right now is easily top 75. He's better than Dame Lillard all time. He's about to be better than Anthony Davis all time after getting the ship. My God, he's better than guys like Paul Harrison and guys in the 50s all time. Obviously, they have high accomplishments, but come on, man. Nikola Jokic, he's easily top 75 without question. And if Jokic wins a title, he's Top 25. How about that? He is really that good. He is absolutely incredible, man. He's incredible. The best big ever in the 2000s, other than Duncan. Yeah, Nikola Jokic. He's so composed, so smart of a player. He's always relaxed, makes the right play, and never panics. He never panics, and that's the difference. Embiid always panics. Embiid flops all the time. Embiid always looking for the foul. Like you see how Nikola Jokic gets the ball on the high block, and every time he finds the right man, he waits a second until his teammates like Aaron Gordon does a backdoor, and boom, he just flips it right in target. While Joel Embiid, you know what he will do? He'll just flail and try to flop and try to draw a foul, and he ain't gonna get those calls. That's why he results in so many unforced turnovers, because Embiid doesn't have the vision of the genius Nikola Jokic, and that is a fact. Embiid was an absolute travesty against the Celtics, an absolute travesty, and the Celtics absolute travesty against the Miami Heat. My God, but this is about Nikola Jokic today. This is about Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was sensational these playoffs. KCP might be one of the best bargains in the NBA, and he's getting paid way less than Joe Absolute No-Show Harris. Jeff Green played pretty good too. Jeff Green balled out. He just played a little minutes. The Denver Nuggets only played 7 guys today. And how about Bruce Brown? 2 years, $13 million. Isn't Bruce Brown the best bargain in the league right now? He's making like 5 times as less than guys like Joe Harris, who's one-dimensional. Bruce Brown knows how to cut. It's an absolute travesty the Brooklyn Nets didn't resign him, because Bruce Brown was really good for the Nets. He was a great energy guy. From KCP to Bruce Brown against Will Barton, Campazzo, and Monte Morris. Campazzo's not even in the league no more. Monte Morris, what's he averaged this season? 5 points a game? No one heard from him. DeAndre Jordan might get a ring over CP3. Yes, indeed. And DJ is a good teammate. I mean, he's okay with not playing. He just chills, and it seems like he's a fun guy to chill with. I slandered DeAndre Jordan a shit on a bunch of times, but DeAndre Jordan didn't. He's just chilling right now, getting his ring. And people just got to have another excuse to slander CP3 for never winning a title right now. But this game 4, it was just magnificent for Nikola Jokic. Aaron Gordon, I want to give a shout out to Mr. AG, who was viewed as a bust with Orlando, but in the biggest game of his life, with a chance to clinch the NBA Finals, he absolutely balled out. Anthony Davis dared him to shoot. He just slacked off him because AG, he was super passive in the first couple of games. He just didn't have it, and the Nuggets were still good enough to win because game 1 was Jokic, game 2 was Murray, and Aaron Gordon. Game 4 belonged to AG. After him and LeBron got into it, they looked like they were about to fight, and LeBron put his hands on him. LeBron went like this, like a little forearm, like elbow right here to Aaron Gordon's throat, and AG just kind of took it, and they just left AG open, and he just knocked down those timely threes, and those timely threes, they changed the momentum of the game. They changed the momentum, and especially that I thought the Lakers were going to easily cruise through this in the second half. It seemed like the Denver Nuggets were like out of control when they were whistled for fouls, and Mike Malone was arguing, and he picked up a tech as well. And once the Lakers was up 73-58, I thought LA was going to win because everyone was just in foul trouble so badly for Denver. I just didn't see them being able to win. I thought guys like Anthony Davis and Reeves would just wake up in the second half, but let's not forget that AD, whenever he has a shitty game from the start, he's probably going to have a shitty game the rest of the way too, because he either has a really good game or just a really bad game. He's just way too unpredictable, which is why Anthony Davis is not a top 5 player in the NBA, and he might be a better talent, but give me Jimmy Butler over Anthony Davis any day of the week, because Jimmy Buckets absolutely proved himself to be sensationally tough. Jimmy Butler has that strong mindset. He has that MJ DNA in him. Anthony Davis, Mr. Soft, so soft. Anthony Davis got a weak mindset, to be honest. He's a superstar talent, but AD, he's just so fragile. And I'm also surprised that Anthony Davis didn't get super hurt. Like, I don't want anyone to get hurt, and this sucks and all, but Anthony Davis, the fact that he went 3 rounds and didn't suffer a major injury, that's a good sign for Anthony Davis. That is an absolute good sign. So AD, I do want to give credit to him that he's able to last, but he played like shit this game when the Lakers needed him, and he just really didn't do as much. Like if Anthony Davis is gonna leave Aaron Gordon open, and Aaron Gordon's gonna knock down those threes, is AD's defense really that valuable? If that was the case, leaving his guys open and AG just shut him up and proved him wrong. He just proved him wrong. And how about this game in the third quarter? The Denver Nuggets had some momentum going. Nikola Jokic crashing the glass. And how about the Denver Nuggets just crashing the glass today? Aaron Gordon keeping the ball alive. How about the pass? He just tipped it right to Jokic, and Jokic has the best hands in the NBA. Every time he gets the ball down low, right in the paint, he's gonna make it against smaller guys. So the Denver Nuggets able to take the lead, and the Lakers, Darvin Ham did not have LeBron James attack the basket to continue to put the pressure on the Nuggets. It was an absolute travesty because LeBron James didn't get his first bucket until I believe like the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. And every time LeBron got something down low, the Lakers were successful. Good things happened. LeBron had that drive to the basket, and he also had a couple teardrops over Jamal Murray. Why didn't the Lakers start doing that the whole time to start the third quarter? At that time, Denver already had the lead. And then the Lakers finally decided we're just going to give it to LeBron and let him work on Jamal Murray and let him just get to the lane. And Jokic in foul trouble, not really a great rim protector, and LeBron just got a couple buckets, and good things happened for the Lakers. If Darvin Ham didn't do that, the Lakers would have been down a lot more in the third quarter. But LeBron James, the fact that they didn't, Lakers and LBJ didn't attack early from the third quarter on, and it wasn't until the Denver Nuggets made a comeback, the Lakers were already in big deficits right there. So every time LeBron had the ball down low, guys like Murray cannot guard him. So LeBron, he made some nice plays in the third quarter, and he played a sensational game most of the time, but he played only but 4 seconds, but he was gassed afterwards. Like LeBron selling for threes, he's been an absolute travesty from three most of the playoffs. But he hit a couple shots. The third quarter, late in the third, LeBron made it look easy. But then how about in the fourth quarter, the play when Jokic saw Aaron Gordon cutting to the basket at the 3:42 mark, when Austin Reeves was on him, Gordon at 6'8" got the and one over Reeves. And that's what great players do, as Nikola Jokic. The Denver Nuggets organization absolutely owes Jokic a gratitude. If Jokic doesn't finish his whole career with the Denver Nuggets, even if he gets like somehow a free agent or gets traded elsewhere, and the Denver Nuggets won a title, they need to retire his jersey in the Raptors immediately after Nikola Jokic finishes his tenure with the Denver Nuggets. We have never seen a second-round pick this good and this special. We have never seen a center as good as Nikola Jokic, having the total offensive package, the second best offensive center with Nikola Jokic like passing way before my time, aka Bill Walton, 1977 finals for the Portland Trailblazers, a sensational passer. If had Walton not been hurt, he would have had insane highlights too. But Jokic, easily the best passing center of all time, and he's easily a top 8 center in my book. And how about Nikola Jokic? Like when the Lakers, they were competing on defense. LeBron also did an excellent job trying to draw the charge, and he was successful. Back-to-back possessions. Nikola Jokic was so wide open for three, but I didn't understand that he tried to take it to the rim because he saw an opening, and LeBron, right place, right time, picks up the charge on Jokic, and then Jokic, once again, he put a little elbow, and LeBron just falls down. That's 2 offensive fouls. At that point, like, you know that in a game like that, when the crowd was cheering for the Lakers, if that was in the Denver Nuggets arena, that would not have happened. They wouldn't be getting those calls, to be honest. So after those 2 offensive fouls, you know what happened? Jokic maintained his composure. He could have easily been frustrated. If that was Karl-Anthony Towns would have shitted himself. He would have shit the bed. If Karl-Anthony Towns was getting picked for an offensive foul, you know what he would do? He would not even try to look at the rim because Karl-Anthony Towns is soft and Nikola Jokic is not soft. And that's the difference between Jokic, a guy like him, and a guy like Cat, who is a scaredy cat. How about this play when Jokic, like, he drives, powers over AD and Schroeder and gets his team up 113-111. The Lakers, Anthony Davis, I'm not even sure that he got fouled on one play. They called a lot of off-the-ball fouls too, but Jokic, like, they try to do the replay, like, the the ball was it out on the Lakers or Jamal Murray? No one really got a good angle on it. But after they showed the replay, Jokic made his drive. He powered Drew, the fragile Anthony Davis, and took Dennis Schroeder to the weight room and scored inside for two. And Jokic was going super slow motion. It's like you're watching basketball at a 0.75% speed, and guess what happened? 75% speed. Jokic just drives inside and he just ducks it in. He ducks it in for two, and he scores. He scores. That's how good Nikola Jokic was. At the right place, right time, he responds. That reminded me of a Dirk Nowitzki Game 7 move against Bruce Bowen in the 06 semifinals. That's how special Nikola Jokic is. You can rely on him down the stretch in the clutch. Jokic, my goodness. And how about that three-point shot, a la Larry Bird style, on over the face of Anthony Davis? Oh, that was so incredible. Jokic is just a sensational basketball player. Many people might not like him. They might be jealous of him. But Nikola Jokic, I would say he's the Tim Duncan of this era. He's obviously the Tim Duncan of his era. And I'm looking at some of my comments right now. I do think Nikola Jokic will be better than Dirk Nowitzki, without question. Has Dirk Nowitzki ever been the clear-cut best player in the NBA? He doesn't have Nikola Jokic's passing. Jokic is even more efficient. He's a better rebounder, just a way better offensive player. I would say Nowitzki's a little more athletic and more mobile, but Jokic offensive genius is just in another planet. He is just that good offensively, and he proved that he was superior to Anthony Davis tonight and going forward. Nikola Jokic is just so damn special, man. And would he have played this good if he won a third straight MVP? But you know what? At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. What matters is Nikola Jokic on his way to winning his first NBA championship. The Denver Nuggets will be the heavy favorites against Miami, or if Boston tries to make history, which they won't. They won't. And I said it right here confidently, they won't. But Jokic, just incredible. The Jokic brothers picking up Mike Malone, that was so sensational to watch, man. Jokic, he really stepped up. And regardless of what happens, to be honest, Jokic probably gonna win his first championship. The fact that he never had any All-Star once in his 8 years in the NBA. He never had another All-NBA player once. And he's on his way to winning his first championship. And he beat LeBron James and Anthony Davis, being the only All-Star on his team. That's just so special. He shit on both of them. And those guys made it tough on Jokic, but Jokic, his passing, he made the right plays. What LeBron and Anthony Davis, their defense, they would have probably distracted Joel Embiid a lot because Embiid doesn't have that vision. Jokic is always making the right plays. He's so special. And he's literally the Tim Duncan of our generation. His humbleness, how he tries to get better and makes the game look so easy. It might be boring because he doesn't have the flashy dunks and all. He's not like Giannis. Giannis is more like Shaq. Jokic is more like Duncan to me, without the defense, but a little better offensively. Nikola Jokic over the last 9 games, my God. Whew. He had 30 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists tonight, and 3 block shots. And in game 3, 24, 6, and 8, that was one of his worst games. And game 2, he was defended well, but Murray took over 23, 17, and 12. And game 1 was one of his best games, in my opinion. 34, 21, and 14 stat line, 70% shooting. The 3 to beat the shot clock at the end of the third quarter. And game 6 closed out Phoenix 32, 10, and 12 on 72% shooting. Game 4, 29, 13, and 12 on 60% shooting. The game that he lost, 53 points, 11 assists, 66% shooting, and 30, 17, and 17, 39, 16, and 5. Absolutely insane numbers. Nikola Jokic is just so damn good in basketball, and the Denver Nuggets fans absolutely are super blessed to have a prodigy like him. And there's not going to be many players in the history of the game that's reaching Nikola Jokic level greatness right now. We've seen how great guys like LeBron James and Steph Curry is. I don't even think Kevin Durant's in the level of Nikola Jokic in his prime. If you're going to ask me who I'd rather have between Kevin Durant and Nikola in their primes, give me Nikola Jokic. Offensively, Jokic is better. He knows how to lead a team. He hits a lot of tough shots. You get physical with him, Jokic just gonna come back at you and boom, Dirk Nowitzki a la fadeaway. I mean, you get physical with Kevin Durant, he gets swept by Boston. You get physical with Kevin Durant. Look what Tony Allen did to him with Memphis in those playoffs. And that is why I take Nikola Jokic over a prime Kevin Durant. Jokic is a better offensive player than Steph, LeBron, and CP. Right now, obviously, he's way better than CP. CP doesn't even belong in that conversation with Jokic, Steph, and LeBron James. Although LeBron and Steph are still great players in their mid to late 30s, they're not as good as Jokic right now. Jokic, regular season, man, he doesn't miss many games, and he would probably be the favorites to win the next 2 or 3 MVPs because if Denver continues to play hungry like a dynasty, who's stopping him? Who is stopping him? And the players and the people who are complaining that Jokic didn't have much playoff success, fuck out of here with that nonsense. You know why? Those people are jealous. He had Frank Campazzo and Austin Rivers starting. Look at Jokic's playoff stats. Jokic averaged like 27.3 points a game in the postseason. That's higher than any of his single regular season stats. Nikola Jokic, regular season, 20 points a game. Playoffs, 27 points a game. I mean, that's so ridiculous. That's like what? If I'm not mistaken, that's like a 23% difference. I'm just doing math on top of my head, but I mean, his points increased by what, 23% in the playoffs compared to regular season? That is just so spectacular. I mean, no center in the history of the NBA averages over 27 points in the postseason. Nikola Jokic just doing that. I mean, Shaq didn't average that much in the postseason. Wilt didn't do that. And the fact that Jokic averaging 27, and yeah, I know the stats are kind of inflated in today's NBA and there's higher scoring but higher pace, but playoff basketball is what the great players, how they elevate themselves, and that's what makes them all-time greats. And if you're a great player like that in Nikola Jokic and you're averaging 30 points in the playoffs, you are absolutely legit one of the best on the planet. There's guys in the regular season in today's NBA, they might average 30 points a game right now. They might average even 36 points a game. But if they can't do shit in the playoffs and choke every year like James Harden ain't that great compared to Jokic, compared to LeBron and Steph. And Kevin Durant is pretty good too. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna cut Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns slack because a lot of people like me, including, have been shitting on the Phoenix Suns for getting destroyed, annihilated in Game 6 to the Denver Nuggets. But yeah, the Phoenix Suns, they didn't have DeAndre Ayton in Game 6 and they got manhandled by Jokic, and they didn't have CP3 from Games 3 to 6. But you know what? The Phoenix Suns won 2 fucking games against the Western Conference champions. I give Devin Booker a lot of credit. I give Kevin Durant a little bit of credit, even though he didn't shoot that well. Kevin Durant still balled out and got buckets and got 30-plus points in those games. The Lakers got swept by these Denver Nuggets. Even the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't get swept. Minnesota did not get swept. You know what? If Minnesota didn't shit the bed in the play-in in Game 1, we wouldn't have been talking about the Lakers for all these weeks. Because you know why? Because the Lakers would have been playing these Denver Nuggets in round 1. And this is the results. The Lakers could have been out round 1. So Laker fans should be absolutely fortunate and lucky that they got to play a team like this discombobulated Memphis Grizzlies and the shit-talking Dylan Brooks, only to shit himself in Game 6. And Golden State, who's dysfunctional with Draymond and Jordan Poole not getting along, and that team was just bad this year. They couldn't win shit on the road in the regular season. Nobody thought Golden State was that legit, and Klay Thompson shit the bed. And the Lakers, I give credit to Rob Pelinka for changing this whole team, to be honest. And the Nuggets Lakers could have been a first round series if Minnesota really did not shit the bed, and the Lakers would have gotten beat by these Denver Nuggets and they would have lost in the first round. But you know what? It's always good for the Laker fans and LeBron fans to see LeBron score 8,000 career playoff points and go deep into the playoffs and go deeper and just have everyone watch LeBron play and ESPN talk about LeBron 24/7. They went pretty far. They had a successful season. They really did. I'm not going to discredit them for what they accomplished. They did get to the Western Conference Finals. They took care of business. They had an identity. They had Rui Hachimura, who they got for Kendrick, zero production, none. They got D'Angelo Russell, who was a travesty this series, but he played good against Memphis in game 4. I mean, that's why the Lakers were able to be up 3-1. He also played pretty good against Golden State. So D'Angelo Russell, he's hit or miss. Hit or miss. And Austin Reeves is fucking amazing, man. AR-15, he's a stud. He might be one of the early predictions for All-Stars. Austin Reeves is going to be high on the All-Star voting in 2024. I guarantee it. He absolutely is a baller. He's tough. He's strong. Gets to the basket. He's a master at drawing fouls. And the guy's undrafted, tough as hell from Arkansas. Probably carries a lot of equipment from growing up in the farms. He's got that country strength. Austin Reeves is a strong dude. Super strong. And he's ready for the moment. Austin Reeves is absolutely a stud. He's been so consistent these playoffs. I thought he was going to have a bad game here and there, but he's the reason why the Lakers were actually close against the Nuggets each of the 4 games. And I was shocked that Darvin Ham didn't run that many plays for him in the fourth quarter because that guy can absolutely get a bucket. LeBron doesn't have that many role players. You can't really consider Reeves a role player right now. He's legit. He was pretty much the Lakers' third option all season, and they got to the conference finals. Austin Reeves is ready for the big moment. Somebody's going to sign him and pay him over $100 million. The Lakers better match him because Austin Reeves, he's going to get paid way more than Alex Caruso. A lot of teams are going to really beg for Austin Reeves. I can imagine someone like San Antonio begging for him to come, go play with Wemby. That's going to be interesting. Like, guys are going to come to San Antonio and play for Wemby. And don't give me this Kyrie Irving talk with the Lakers. Kyrie Irving, absolutely a head case. We're just going to hear more drama in the regular season. It's going to be worse than Russell Westbrook 2.0 by 100 times because Kyrie, you know how his attitude is in the regular season. He can ball with LeBron James, but what about the games that LeBron James gets hurt and can't play and Anthony Davis gets hurt and can't play? You know what's going to happen? Kyrie Irving's going to play one game and he's going to sit out and get hurt or make some excuse. That's how fragile Kyrie Irving is, and that's just the truth. Kyrie Irving has proven to not be a good teammate since 2017. He's been an absolute disaster. Still a great talent, but Kyrie's not that young anymore. The guy is 31 years old. He's had multitude of injuries, and once he starts like declining, I mean, his basketball skills is second to none, to be honest, but once he gets a little slower, he's not great on defense. He's not going to be that good anymore. Not going to be that good anymore. Jalen Brunson is better without question. Way better leader. So, 1:13 a.m. I'm going to stay on for a little longer. Haven't realized I've been talking for half an hour. So for you guys just tuning in, you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. I'll post a couple videos on these coming finals. And of course, I'm going to do a lot more live streams. I'm going to have a live reaction after every game of the NBA Finals. Might have one tomorrow if I'm not busy with my other work. So be on the lookout for that as I'm going to watch the Miami Heat potentially wrap up the series tomorrow. The Denver Nuggets, they have 9 freaking days. Jokic can fly back to Serbia and just enjoy riding his horses for like 3 days before going back to Denver, Colorado to host game 1 of the NBA Finals on June 1st. Oh my goodness. So today is May 23rd. The final starts June 1st. May 24th, the Nuggets chillin'. 25th, chillin'. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31st. 9 freaking days. When was the last time you guys had 9 days of vacation? How much would you love that? And that's to prepare for the NBA Finals. Imagine getting paid millions of dollars and you're so good and you dominate and you swept the other team and you get paid so much money that you take 9 days off just to relax your body and just get your mind right in preparation against the NBA Finals when you're going to be home. The Denver Nuggets going to fly back home probably tomorrow. They're going to have a lot of fun, celebrate. Jamal Murray, absolute legend. Jamal Murray, hopefully he becomes an all-star next season because he's just special in the playoffs. What a shot maker. I would take Jamal Murray in the playoffs over Donovan Mitchell, over Jaylen Brown, and over Jason Tatum right now. Both JB and JT, absolute travesties. Joe Mazzulla, absolute travesty. And this series, Like the NBA's worst nightmare is having two sweeps. That never happened before. The Miami Heat, they're on verge of being the second team, second eight seed to reach the NBA Finals. Jason Tatum, what the hell are you doing? Jaylen Brown, you don't want to play for Boston anymore? There's this team is dysfunctional. 34-year-old head coach Mazzulla, he's gonna get let go, man. I mean, Brad Stevens, for Christ's sake, should be coaching this team. Fire Joe Mazzulla tomorrow, or lock him out. Like, make sure he can't get out of his house and leave Joe Mazzulla behind. Brad Stevens, just coach your team. Just coach, because Mazzulla has everybody lost right now. Malcolm Brogdon, absolute travesty. He was supposed to be the guy that makes the Boston offense smoother, but they got destroyed by Gabe Vincent, destroyed by Duncan Robinson, destroyed by Matt Strus, destroyed by Cody Zeller. Cody Zeller, for Christ's sake, had a chase down block. Cody Zeller was making an impact. So what's next? They're going to get destroyed by Udonis Haslem? That's what it's looking like. It's so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing for the Boston Celtics franchise. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. How many years since they played together? Since 2017-18? And they can't fucking execute? They can't shoot threes in the fourth quarter? What the hell are they doing? You know why? No head coach. No leadership. Joe Mazzulla? He needs to be an assistant for 2 more years. He's only like 5 or 6 years older than me. And he's a head coach of an NBA team that got to the NBA Finals, and now they gotta get swept by Jimmy Buckets. It's an 8 seed. Jesus Christ. But credit to Jimmy Butler, man. Jokic and Jimmy Butler have been the two best players in these finals. They are absolutely going to go at it. So for all you people that say it's a boring finals, it's not going to be a boring finals. Too bad it's not LA versus Boston, because those two teams, they got their asses kicked. Jokic, Jimmy Butler. Is Jimmy Buckets, is he a top 5 player right now? How would you rank him? Because regular season, he don't really care. But in the playoffs, he's better than anybody besides Jokic, in my opinion. So Jimmy Butler, absolute success. He's got that killer instinct. Those pump fakes, he's really smart. He kind of plays like SGA, super composed and relaxed. He's going to take you to the paint. He's just going to pump fake, get you in midair, biting for his shot, and then he's just going to finish a soft feathery touch. He does that to everybody, and he's shitting on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I mean, the Milwaukee Bucks losing to Miami doesn't seem so bad after all. The Atlanta Hawks, Boston should have been – everyone should have knew Boston was in trouble after Atlanta stole Game 5 without DeJounte Murray, because the Boston Celtics are the king of blowing leads. They're the king of blowing leads. Is Udonis Haslem going to be playing tomorrow when Miami blows them out? I don't know. I think Miami, they have the series wrapped. I mean, if Boston goes out getting swept, is this the end of the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum era? Is this the end of Al Horford's career? Are they going to move on from Marcus Smart, Joe Mazzulla? Lots of questions for the Boston Celtics, but if they get swept, it will be even worse than what happened with the Lakers. The Lakers, they played pretty. They competed with Denver, even though they got swept. But Bam Adebayo is just too small for Jokic. I'm not going to doubt them a little bit. So I'm just going to go through these comments right now. I have a few minutes left. Before I'm off to bed, Carmelo Anthony retired today. God bless. One of the best offensive players in the 2000s. One of the best mid-range game. The best pull-ups. All net. Melo. Good career. Great player. Great player. He brought a lot of memories with the Nuggets and Knicks. And I know he's proud, somewhere smiling right now, that his Denver Nuggets, the day he retired, the Nuggets get to the finals for the first time. You can't make stuff up sometimes. You just can't. Denver's defense is atrocious. Bam and Jimmy will eat. But Jokic will eat Bam too. And Jamal Murray can make a lot of shots. That's going to be a good series. I'll talk about that in a little bit. LaShannon Sharp crying. Skip Bayless will be jizzing all over television tomorrow. Probably the most excited 70-year-old man on the planet. besides George Karl. Jokic outplayed LeBron? Oh, of course. LeBron's 38. He's still amazing, but Jokic is just better right now in his prime. DeAndre Jordan get a ring. Miami is a bigger surprise. Yes. Who can't wait for the headlines tomorrow? Oh, the Lakers. Oh, what do they have to do? LeBron James. Who's he gonna get? Oh, Kyrie. Oh, Dame Lillard. There's gonna be all that nonsense talk when the Denver Nuggets they're inching closer and closer to their first ring, and they got 9 days off. Jokic above Pat Ewing on my all-time rankings. If Jokic wins the title, absolutely, for sure. He's gonna be better than Ewing. He's on his way there for without question. And Jokic never lost to an 8 seed like Dirk. That is true. That is true. The Denver Nuggets. Whew. Sensational game. A day of celebration. Denver, Colorado. From the ABA days, from the David Thompson, Dan Izzo, Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, Fat Lever, Michael Adams, to the brutal 90s, to the 17-win team in 02, to Nene, Carmelo Anthony, Andre Miller, Allen Iverson, Kenyon Martin, J.R. Smith, Chauncey Billups, Wilson Chandler, Danilo Gallinari, Raymond Felton, Andre Iguodala, 2013, 57 wins, still pretty solid, 41st pick, 2014 draft, the moment, Taco Bell's, life-changing, savior, a basketball god, just transported to the city of Denver, Colorado, when the team struggling, looked for his identity, thought Emmanuel Mudiay and Timothy Moscow was going to be their savior. And Yusuf Nurkic, Mason Plumlee, Kenneth Faried, where's he at now? The first, and then they drafted Jamal Murray. The first time I truly watched Nikola Jokic play, back in the 2016-17 season, when he had a half-court alley-oop to Kenneth Faried, I watched that game live as I was working. Jokic, like, he got the rebound, and he just drew a half-court lob to Kenneth Faried, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's really damn good. He might not have the crazy stats in 2017, but he was an up-and-coming player. I knew from then on that this center, he might average like 8 assists one year. I mean, in his prime, he might average something like, I was expecting Jokic to average between 18, 11, and 8 in his prime. That was like his trajectory in 2017, 16, 17. That's when I knew he was going to be special. That's what I knew. Him and Yusuf Nurkic was good centers for the Nuggets. And then Jamal Murray and Emmanuel Mudiay was just trying to figure out his identity. But that team was up and coming for sure. You saw the talent there. And once they figured out that Murray was able to play point guard, they got rid of Mudiay. And then they just played Murray and Jokic. And those guys, they just grew together. They grew and grew. And it was unfortunate that in 2018, and you know why this finals is so great too? Jimmy Butler and Nikola Jokic has some history. The last day of the regular season, two teams were even for the 8th seed. Whoever won was going to play the Houston Rockets. And Jimmy Butler and the Timberwolves knocked off Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray the last day of the regular season, only to lose to the Rockets in 5. But Jokic ain't going to remember that. His postseason party could have been coming out the year before. But Jimmy Butler ruined that, and Jokic and Murray, they're going to be motivated against Jimmy Butler and the Heat. So don't think they forgot about what Jimmy Butler did to their team 5 years ago. This is a way better Nikola Jokic now. Just absolutely sensational. It is an absolute travesty. The person's got rid of Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown, Kate Cunningham would have been a sick team together, and Jaden Ivey. Imagine the backcourt of Ivy and Bruce. That's pretty good. And the Denver Nuggets able to get MPJ because all these teams like the Knicks took Kevin Knox, and they didn't even take Michael Porter Jr. because he had a back injury. He was number 2 prospect in high school. He played only 3 games at Mizzou. He got back surgery, and a lot of his back surgery was so serious that he fell all the way to 14. He was supposed to be a top 5 pick, and a lot of teams could have taken him. And the Denver Nuggets, they took him. And the Denver Nuggets, they also took Bobo. Bobo was good this year. They got rid of Bobo. Imagine Bobo was able to figure it out and he come off the bench. That team would be even better. So the Denver Nuggets are not perfect themselves either. They could have figured out Bobo or given some time, but it seems like they don't even need him one bit. And they're on their way to winning this championship. But what a day. The franchise has come a long way. For all you Denver Nugget fans, be proud. Embrace this moment. Be happy. Go laugh. Have some fun. Go work out tomorrow. Go do 20 push-ups. Go shoot 100 three-pointers at the park. But don't be like the idiot Denver Nugget fan that got destroyed by the Suns in 4 guy. Don't act like that guy, because that guy, he got his shit rocked. So don't be like him, Nuggets fans. Do not be like that guy, and you'll be good. So tomorrow, possible live stream. I might be busy with work, so we'll see about that. I'm still getting some texts from my friends talking about the National Basketball Association. Gary absolute travesty, Harris. Look at the guys that used to play with Jokic and they're on other teams. What are they doing now? The Nuggets make their mistakes, but at the end of the day, Nikola Jokic is their savior. He's their great white hope to what Larry Bird was to the Celtics in the late 70s and 80s. And Nikola Jokic, he has a chance to be as good as Larry Bird. And you heard it here. I don't want to get ahead of myself that quickly, but Jokic belongs in that conversation. If he's able to win a championship this season and he's able to win more championships and contend, that guy is truly special. Truly, truly, truly special, man. Truly special. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this video. As tomorrow, we'll see how that day goes. But all you Jokic fans and Nuggets fans, keep enjoying and keep having fun. For all you Laker fans, you had a great season, so don't cry. And for all you Boston Celtic fans, get ready to have some tissues to wipe off those tears. And I'll see you next time. Peace.